Check one, check two. Check one, check two. All right, here we go. That's how we do it, anglers. Welcome to the Get Made Show in studio. Let's do this. What's up, anglers? Mike here, Trout Made Angler Company. How you doing today? Whenever you're watching this, thank you so much for clicking that play button. Welcome to the channel. This is the Get Made Show. Man, this is where we talk trout, whether it's how-tos, getting prepared, gear, whatever it might be. Who knows what is going to happen here at the Get Made Show in the future. But for right now, we are all Sierra bound. If you are a trout angler, you are itching to go to the Sierra, right? You are itching to get up there. Nothing in SoCal right now. I mean, man, if you haven't been, you need to get up there. Spend a couple days up there. And, you know, after this video, I actually, tomorrow I'll be leaving for the Sierra. Going on a trip with my cousin John. So that should be fun. We're going back to our childhood lake. So that's going to be pretty epic. It's going to be a nice trip. So I want to be able to get up there as much as I can this year. So, you should try to get up at least once this year. Do it for yourself. Don't wonder. Take a weekend. You deserve it. Trust me, angler. You do deserve to be Sierra bound. And for all those who have been Sierra bound so far this season, man, great catches. Wow. Salute to you, anglers out there slaying the trout in the Sierra. Awesome to see people getting up there, especially after everything going on in our world. Some solitude and some reflection and some tug is exactly what you might need. So anyways, I'm going to stop rambling here. Just wanted to kind of get the Get Made Show going. Get pumped up, get stoked. You know what I'm saying? Have to get pumped, have to get stoked. So I'm pretty stoked right now because I asked you anglers out there on Instagram, help me, develop some of this content. So this is your show. You guys are asking the questions and I'm going to be answering them to the best of my ability. I'm not a professional guide. I'm just like you, straight up. I just, put my adventures and my trout fishing experience on the internet, pretty much. So pretty much all the places I've gone to, I mean, I really want to venture out, do some hiking lakes, and there's a list I have of trout that I want to catch. And those trout, some of those trout, whether it's in the Sierra or out of state, are not accessible from the parking lot of the road. So, what we're going to be talking about here is for the everyday angler. You guys ask the questions, and again, I'm going to do my best to answer them based on my experience, based on other conversations I've had with the anglers, information I may have, and it's not going to be blowing up any spots. I hold some places sacred. Anything my friends tell me I hold sacred, it's a code. So if you have any questions, though, please, maybe some other anglers might be able to help and see the comments below. So drop any Sierra question down below. Would love to help you out, get you made, get you Sierra bound, and having a good time in a beautiful place. So we're going to get started on these questions, anglers. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up the first round. All right, anglers, so we're going to get down and dirty to these questions. I'm going to do my best to get through them all. We're going to get through them all. I don't want to take a lot of time, but I'm going to give you the down and dirty answer, and we can have some other conversations about it if you like. Just hit up the IG, and I'd love to get more in depth if I didn't really answer your question. But everything's online. That's the great thing. That's where I do all my research. So we're going to get started with these questions right here. And I'm going to start with, it's not really a question, but Bogo Bates. I see you fish. I do. He loves it. Cool. Awesome. Thank you, Bogo Bates. So have fun fishing. check them out on Instagram. Great community page. They ask, in the Sierra, what's the best presentation? So I would say I primarily fish, reaction type baits, right? Mini jigging, mini cranks, jerk baits, drop shots, so forth. That more action techniques, right? There's that, and then there's the bait and weight. You can also bait and weight a drop shot. Have fun fishing. So I would say the best presentation that's going to allow you to cover more water and possibly get, on a nice size trout is the mini jig. You're going to be able to move around the lake, keep casting, and I guarantee you'll probably hook up. But if you don't worry, just keep casting, brother. Thank you so much. Have fun fishing. Martinez Tribe 909. What's up, Martinez Tribe? How you doing? Thanks for asking this question. Best place to take kids under 10. Easy access with shore space. Does one exist? Of course, many exist, Martinez Tribe 909. And thank you again, man. Made One supporter. Man, thank you so much. So, yes, I would say right off the bat, Convict Lake. When you drive in, make a left, go all the way down to the roundabout, park where you can park right down that shoreline. There's a nice rocky shoals, nice shoreline there, 10 and under. There's picnic benches. You could play around. They could run around. I don't know, what part of their angler Jedi training you have them in, but, kids can't be kids there. So I would start off with Convict Lake. And there's also, some other lakes that, might be great. Mammoth Lakes, great shoreline. Mary, Mamie. I would also say, let me give you one more lake. I would say June Lake as well, but it does get a little muddy in some places and lots of like weeds and grass, but wet grass. So, but I would start off with Convict Lake. Look at the Virginias. And that'll be some good lakes for you, Martinez Tribe. Thank you again. Appreciate all your support. And Giron 91, Dock Anglers. Shout out to the Dock Anglers. Thank you so much, guys, for your Made One support. Appreciate you. And Giron 91 asks, your top 5 lakes, rivers, creek in the Sierra. Man, that's a tough one, but, I don't really, again, I haven't ventured out as much, but right now I would say I'm going to give you my top 4 because I know my 5th one I haven't fished yet, and I really want to fish, and I'm going to fish it this season for sure. But it's already my favorite, and I haven't even fished it. It's just, so number 5, the lake I'm talking about I haven't fished yet, Crawley Lake. All right. There is shoreline access there as well, but you got to take some dirt roads. So look on the Google Maps and find your way from the 395 to Crawley Lake shoreline. All right, so Crawley. 4th favorite, I'd probably say Convict. Then Mary, then Owens, Walker. So those are my 5. And then the 6th, Crawley. So there you go. I don't know how many that is, but those are some good spots for you to go ahead and start if that's what you were thinking. But those are my favorite. That's what I know. That's what I'm comfortable with. And as you see, I do decent up there, catching some trout, making that trip to get made. So thanks again, M. Giron, Dock Anglers. Appreciate you. Mad Max 16. What are good colors to use? Well, Mad Max, man, whatever you feel comfortable with. Sometimes I open my box and I know I should be throwing a grasshopper color, but you know what? That white and yellow looks good to me right now. Sometimes that pink looks good. Sometimes that orange sherbet looks amazing. Sometimes, it's all about what you want to throw, what you feel comfortable with, Mad Max. And you know what? With a name like Mad Max, you just go mad on whatever you want to throw, Max. Go get it, brother. Get made. Thank you, Mad Max 16. All right. Next question, SND NES. What's your favorite spot to fish in the Eastern Sierra? I would like to say June Lake, man. I'm just going to say that's my favorite this season so far. It is popping. It is steady. Bite. All right. Again, weather may affect that, But find the spot where the wind's to your back. That's all I got to say. All right. Find that spot where the wind's to your back, and you shouldn't have any problems casting or whatever. It's beautiful weather right now, but June Lake has been popping, and it is my favorite, and I want to fish it a lot more. So thanks again, brother. Appreciate all your Made One support, man. Frankie G. Thank you, Frankie G, for asking this question. And I think Frankie G is actually on his way up to the Sierra as I'm doing this filming right now, this Get Made show. In the studio, Frankie G is on his way to the Sierra, about to get made, Sierra bound. Frankie G asks, do you know of any good camping spots in the Sierra? I do. I'm going to say the new Shady Rest in Mammoth, O Ridge in June Lake. Be careful. It does get windy there. I really liked Pleasant Valley campground that I just stayed in with my cousin Adam. We did the UTVs, right? If you haven't seen that video, check it out. It's pretty cool, different perspective of the Eastern Sierra. And then I would say also Lake Mary has a beautiful campsite. And then I want to camp on the Owens River. So Brownstown, check those out, Frankie G. Thanks so much for the question, brother. Woo. All right, our next question comes from Trout Spankum Domino. How's it going, brother? What's the best technique to use out there? Jigging, bro. Mini jigging, that's the best technique. To, again, cover more water, have more chances and more trout. What colors work best? Again, whatever you feel comfortable with. But the Sierra tend to be more bait fish and natural type colors. All right, so I think right now, there's like black and golds popping, bait fish. Black was hitting a lot the last couple trips. And then, something natural, rainbow trout color, greens, browns, beiges, whites, maybe. Things like that, bro. For sure. What retrieves work best out? These are some great questions, actually. It's kind of like every little step. I like that. So let's get made. What retrieves work best out there? It depends what you're throwing. So on a mini jig, it depends, again, on your rod action, your own personal pace of your jig. So, I would just try it out. My first thing I do is look for depth, find the floor, then I go from there. Try fast, try slow, try mid-range, and then see when you get bit, just repeat that process, my man. Thanks for the question, brother. All right, next question comes from Father Son Fishing, right? Grasshopper colored jig will always get bit in the Sierra. That's an angler tip. So yeah, it was an angler question or give an angler tip. So, if you're new to the Sierras or you want to learn a little bit more and you've been up there before, but you want to go even more, angler tips are going to help you too. Not just what I'm doing and telling you and my experience, but here's some experience, some other anglers, and it does concur what everybody knows. The grasshopper does get bit. That's for sure, anglers. Thanks so much, Father Son Fishing. All right, Barrio Bass. How's it going, my man? Cool. Thanks for asking the question, man. All right, cool. Let's get made. For a first timer to the Sierra, what's one lake do you go to first? Man, that's the thing. Everything is so gorgeous. So the first time you want to catch some fish, right? I get that. You make that long drive, spend your money to get up there. You want to catch fish, but along with the fish is the drive, is the lake, the scenic, gorgeous, beautiful landscapes, right? So first timer, you want to see a gorgeous lake, I'd hit Convict and I'd hit June Lake. Then I'd drive into Mammoth and hit Lake Mary. Convict, June, Mary. Those are great beginner lakes and great lakes for the avid angler as well. Float tubing, kayaking, even renting a boat from one of the marinas. So thanks so much, Barrio Bass, for the question, man. I hope you get up there with your family and get made. All right, anglers, our Made One supporter, Chunk6776. What's up, man? How's it going, brother? Use the Slinky Drift Rig. Man, we were talking about that. We were DMing each other, and I don't know what that is. And maybe we should do that and find a slinky drift rig and take it up to the Sierra, put it to the test, and see what happens. I've never heard of it, never used it. That's a great angler tip from Chunk6776. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you, man. All right, Trout Chasers. Aaron asks, if you don't know Trout Chasers, make sure you follow them on Instagram. Awesome fishing group, friends. Check them out. They are also Sierra-bound anglers. Do me a solid, go to their Instagram and follow them. Everything's down below and also right here on the screen. So Aaron from the Trout Chasers asks, what do you prefer in the Sierra, lake or creek fishing? Right now I love lake fishing, not just mini jigging, but I love still water fishing, fly fishing. Bobber down, man. But I love that, and it's fun. I love wading in the water and taking in that scenery and just kind of like waiting for that bobber to go down sometimes, and also, mini jigging. But creeks, rivers, streams, I want to get more into that. These next couple trips up to the Sierra, you guys are going to see a lot more creeks, rivers, streams, and more fly fishing. I'm going to be straight up. I really miss it, and I really want to do more of it. So I prefer lake right now, but creek, rivers, streams, it is challenging. So maybe me going through that gauntlet, I'll be able to come back with my experience and give you guys some tips and knowledge if you're going to hit those creeks, streams, and rivers in the Sierra. Thanks again, Aaron. Appreciate you, my man. All right, cool. This next question is a really, really great question. Not many anglers know how to sight fish. You think, see the fish, cast at it. But there's a technique leading up to that, right? So Brandon Lee, 1973, asks, could you give us some advice on sight fishing in the Sierra? Thank you so much, Brandon, for the question. It's an amazing question. I think, let's just go through the process. You got to keep moving. Obviously, look at, try to get to a little bit of higher ground so you can see farther out into the water. Above, make sure you have some polarized glasses. Make sure you have some water. You're going to be doing a lot of walking. You see the trout. I would cast, depending, if there's, don't cast on top of them. Cast where you think he's going to be and give that enough time where they don't get spooked. You know what I'm saying? I've been able to do that, or sometimes I think there's a video where I'm at Convict and there's just a school in the little pool area in the back of the lake, and I was actually casting way over them and bringing it through that school, right, and getting bit. So just think, do not disturb the fish, don't spook them. Use kind of that knowledge of like, hey, let me creep up on these trout, right? So also that's another thing, you got to stay high, stay out of their way. They'll be able to see you. Trout have the vision from up here, right? So all the way up here, then all the way there. So try to stay in that, remember that. And you know what, Brandon Lee, 1973, that's a great question, man. And you know what, maybe, again, these are all ideas that you guys are feeding me for content, you know what I mean? So maybe if we have that time and we come across that opportunity, or even just a short clip in a video, we have that opportunity to do some sight fishing, we'll make that happen. All right, Fish Thumb says, keep up the good work, guys. Thank you, Fish Thumb. I think it's spam because I get that about every time, the same message when I put up a question on IG. But either way, thank you, Fish Thumb. All right, Brian the Brain asks, friendly local bait shops. I would say off the top of my head, Brian, we have Rick's, Ernie's, Reagan's. We have the one in Bridgeport. Man, that's off the top of my head. That's all I could think of. I mean, pretty much everyone I've been to, they've been super friendly, been super helpful, answer all your questions. So check it out online, see around where you're staying. If you have an Airbnb or you're camping, what's the closest one, what lake you want to hit. Usually, some of them like Rick's is more mammoth, things like that. So thanks so much for the question, Brian the Brain. Brian the Brain also has a tip. Crickets are the must-have baits for the Owens River. You know what? I haven't tried any crickets. So I'm going to try some crickets. I got some crickets. I got you. Thanks for the tip, Brian. Appreciate you, my man. All right. Brian the Brain also asks, best lakes to shore fish, best lake to tube kayak on. Ooh, best lakes to shore fish. I think I mentioned a bunch of those, right, already. Convict, Mary, June. Pretty much any lake that's up there, it's good shore fishing. Intake 2. There's a lot, So I mentioned those. Best lakes to tube kayak on. Wow, that's a good one. June Lake is a good one. I would say Convict as well. Back of the lake. Crawley, I know of. Haven't done it yet. I want to, but I haven't. But we will. Anglers, we will. Crawley, man. I got to get to Crawley. Anyways, so I would say go try them out. George, Mamie, Rock Creek Lake. Those are some good ones too. So check those out, Brian. Thank you again for all your input, my man. Good luck and get made, my man. Yeah. All right, next question is JK Do 17. Suggestions for places to catch brookies. Looking to catch my first CNR, of course. That's right. I don't eat anything but rainbow trout, if you guys don't know. I will never eat any other trout species other than a rainbow trout. I think rainbows are gorgeous, but they are a dime a dozen. And the browns are the kings, and the cutties are just, kind of rare. And the brooks are just kind of like too beautiful, really. JK, I really hope you get on your first brookie very, very soon. I caught my first brook trout at Lake Mary. So they're in there. Also, I would try Twin Lakes and Virginia Lakes for some brook trout. My fiance, when we this last trip with Estevan and Golden State Fishing, that's what she first hooked up on, was a brook trout. So go ahead, get that CNR for sure. And as long as you're within the legal limit, anglers, you're 5 a day, do what you want. I myself keep maybe 1 or 2, and that's about it. Thanks for that, JK Do 17. Appreciate you, man. Get made. All right, our man made one supporter, Luke V11. He asks, put chopped garlic in the live nightcrawler container. It absolutely kills it. You know what? You're right. My cousin John actually makes his own garlic bait. So using chopped garlic. So, that's a good idea too. Very good idea. Thanks so much, Luke. Appreciate you. AC Gone Fishing. What's up, AC? How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Talked to AC today as well. Which lake was the hottest? I think right now, man, June Lake's and Crawley. June and Crawley are the fire right now. So everybody's getting on fish, and that's what it's about. That's not what it's about, but everybody's getting on fish, So everywhere, it's not going to be, dead pretty much anywhere. You're just going to have to, explore. And I've mentioned plenty of lakes, plenty of public knowledge lakes that you can hit. So go back, watch it again, take some notes, look them up, and see how you do. All right, AC, thanks so much, man. Appreciate you. Get made. All right, anglers, that's all we have. That's all the questions. Man, I really enjoyed myself. I really enjoyed answering these questions, and you're making me think and become a better angler as well, being able to pass on that knowledge to you. So we might do another one. If you have a question, any type of question about trout fishing, go ahead, especially in the Eastern Sierra, drop it in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer it. Again, anglers, thank you so much for your input. It's from being part of this with me, this Get Made show. Thank you so much. Appreciate you much. Man, I can't thank you enough. I always say it. You know, we're rolling, and we're not gonna stop. We got the momentum. We're Sierra bound. We're getting made. A lot of good things happening, anglers. We're gonna keep it going. If you like the Get Made show, check out the Trout Fishing Action. All right, there's gonna be some playlists at the end. Click on those, Eastern Sierra, SoCal, and beyond, anglers. So thank you so much again. I'm gonna catch you later on the flip side, because I'm gonna be Sierra bound here shortly. I'm like counting for sure. You know what I'm talking about. All right, we out, anglers. What's up, anglers? Get made by visiting troutmade.com. All of your support goes towards the channel for me to create more content and trout fishing action. Thank you for all your support. Appreciate you much. Get made.